Hello, everybody out there in the YouTube land. Barb here from Sheridan, Wyoming, barbstamps.com, live on a Thursday afternoon. I hope everybody has had a fantastic couple of weeks, a great 4th of July, all that good stuff. I'm kind of waiting for my iPad to catch up, wondering if my internet is going to keep up with me. I've been having some real problems with my internet, and it's really annoying me. It just likes to quit working, especially when it's hot. There's something about my where the cable internet comes into my house is out on my back patio, and it's really, really, really hot out there because the sun just beats on the back of my house all day long. And I seem to struggle a lot more with internet service when it's really hot outside. And today, I think it's about 90 here, which I'm sure is not hot compared to some of you guys, whoa. Um, but for us, it's pretty hot. So I'm hoping that my internet's going to hold out and that we're going to be able to do this thing. It's possible that it's going to like freeze up for a second. I've noticed that when it does that, it tries to reconnect. My phone will try to reconnect, and then it usually eventually does. So just bear with me. I can see my phone when I'm stamping, so I can see if it's frozen. And so I will kind of stop what I'm doing and kind of wait for it to come back. So hopefully we won't miss anything that I'm doing. So yay. Last week was the 4th of July. We ended up going up to my husband's mom's house up in Billings I guess it was Tuesday. And we had a barbecue and played some cornhole, and it was it was a real nice time. Came home. I hadn't worked, I didn't work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday because it was the holiday weekend, and I just didn't feel like going live, so I didn't. Sometimes that happens. So, but we are back today, and we have some cute things because, of course, truck bundle. You guys know what I'm saying. I just got my truck bundle. What's today? Thursday? I think I got it Tuesday. So cute. So I have a really cute card for you guys using that. I also have a card that's going to be in my Just My Type class that I'm going to make for you guys tonight. And then I just got the latest kit. This one is called Blossom Wishes. I think I've only done this one other time where I've actually gotten a kit and I open it live on camera and we make the cards. I don't typically do that. I don't typically buy the kits because I typically like to create my own cards and stamp them, die cut them, whatever. But this one just I really like the colors, I think, was what really drew me to this. Plus, it's a little bit different size card, which is kind of fun. So we're going to unbox that. We're going to make one or two cards depending on what time we've got going on here. But yeah, so I don't really have any silly stories. We do have the rodeo. The Sheridan Wild Rodeo is in town this weekend, and this is like a huge deal. It's like world renowned. There are cowboys from all over the world, literally all over the world, like England, Australia, all over the world, Canada, Mexico, that come here for this rodeo for prizes. And it actually brings, oh my gosh, it almost like doubles our population for the week. Mostly starting today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It literally doubles our population. And our population normally is about 16,000. So yeah, there is a lot of people in town this week. And so this is the week that I stay home because I just, I don't want to deal with all the people. So I've never gone to the rodeo. I'm not really a rodeo person. I mean, I think it would be fun and be pretty cool, but I've just never gone. There's also a carnival that is here, and not that I've never gone. I've gone to that just a couple of times. I'm a mean mom, and I didn't even tell my kids that we had a carnival here when they were little because I didn't want to go because there's so many people. And so I didn't tell them until my son was probably about 6 or 7, and my daughter would have been like 8 or 9. And we finally went to the carnival. Mean mom, that's me. So anyway, my son does love all the rodeo festivities. He loves the food, he loves the rodeo, he loves the carnival, he loves it all. So he will be partaking in rodeo activities the entire weekend while I sit at home. So there you go. I know Judy's saying I'm a bad mom. I am. I kind of felt guilty about it, but then I didn't because, they still got to go a couple times. And I think if he was 6 or 7 when we started going, I probably took him, then I probably had to take him for like, you know, 6 or 7 years, which is plenty. That's plenty of times. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera because I don't really, things are just kind of going right along for everyone in my family. So knock on something, which is good. Oh my gosh, Patricia said that she told her kids McDonald's was out of hamburgers. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? For your sanity. Because if mom goes bonkers, the whole family shuts down. It just is what it is. All right, let me switch this camera. I'm just laughing about that. I'm so sorry. They're out of hamburgers. Oh, man. That's funny. So I guess we're not bad moms. We're just moms that care about our sanity. And there's something to be said for that, right? Okay, let me adjust my camera, make sure it's all good. And oh my gosh, that's gonna give me chuckles for a while. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so in case you guys didn't know, we've got bonus days going on. It started July 6th. It goes through the end of the month. And what that means is for every $50 that you spend before tax and shipping, you will get an emailed bonus days coupon code that you can then redeem on an order in August. And there's no limit to how many coupon codes that you can earn during July. There is no limit to the number of coupon codes you can redeem in August. So I was very excited for this promotion to come back. I had a lot of supplies to order. I was running low on adhesives, running low on some card stocks. And then of course I do my classes. So yeah, I needed to order some stuff. So I did. So bonus days, it's any kind of order. So, whether you have me as your demonstrator order it for you, whether you're a demonstrator, you order for yourself, whether you're a customer and you go to my online store, any way you order, you'll get your coupon codes. Now, just be aware that sometimes coupon codes do go to your spam and junk folders. So definitely check those. You should get the coupon code like immediately after you place your order. And then I make another folder in my email so I can put all my codes into one folder so that they're all in one place. And I can find them that way. So there you go. Kathleen says, what am I going to do? Have a truck class? Yes, Kathleen, I am absolutely having a truck class. And we'll talk about that in just a sec. Okay. The online exclusives, are available. And so here are the Open Horse Sleigh is a kind of a sweet collection of products. So there's the Horse and Sleigh stamp set, the Horse and Sleigh dies, the One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series paper, and the adhesive backed snowflake assortment. So all 4 of those items are what you would get if you ordered the suite. You can just order the bundle, or you can just order the individual paper and embellishments. So there you go. Patty says she went to Kentucky Fried Chicken and they were out of chicken. Oh my gosh. They weren't just telling their kids that? No, I'm just kidding. Then we also have the Timeless Charm bundle, which is the Timeless Charm stamp set and the Timeless Charms dies. And then the Trucking Along bundle, which is so popular. Everybody's going crazy for this, including myself. So yes, I do have an online class coming up with this particular bundle. There's 3 ways to get it from me. You can order the whole shebang, which is, well, let me wait till I get there and we'll talk about it. Also, did you guys notice that we have the scoring blades in the online store now? So this is one of those things that it's while supplies last. But yeah, you can get some scoring blades now, which I think is amazing because how many times the scoring blade it's one of those things you got to replace it sometimes. And then we also have the So Very Merry stamp set, which is so fun. I just can't wait to dive into this and start coloring. And then finally, the Real Red Gold Dotted Ribbon. Look how pretty that is. It's definitely shiny gold. Look at the back of this. I thought this was very interesting on the back, how, the back looks different than the front. It almost reminds me of like tire tracks, like tire treads. So I don't know. That might be an interesting thing to use with that truck bundle. Who knows? We'll see. So anyways, those are all the online exclusive items. The So Very Merry stamp set is out of stock, but it's coming back. The Trucking Along stamp set's also out of stock, but it's coming back. And I think one of these things is out of stock, but I think it's coming back. I'm not positive. Okay. Trucking Along class. Yay. So if you want all the goodies in my class, which is the Trucking Along bundle and the exposed brick folder. And now if you need a different folder, let me know. I'm happy to get you a different folder. The Neutrals Designer Series paper, the metallic, what are these things called? Metallic something dots, and then the Real Red and the burlap. They call it burlap. I call it crumb cake. It looks just like crumb cake to me, and the ribbon. So that's $99 for all that stuff. Or you can just get the kit, which is the pre-cut cardstock pieces for the 6 cards, the gems, and the ribbons, or you can just get the online PDF. I believe I have a link to the registration in the description of this video, so you can check that out. My other class uses the Just My Type stamp set, and it is so cute. Branda, they're not the trimmer blades, they're the scoring blades, just to clarify. The trimmer blades are in the catalog, the scoring blades are online exclusives. Okay, so the Just My Type class is, I'm going to use this adorable Just My Type stamp set, and then we're going to use the Brights Designer Series paper, some glossy dots, some adhesive backed gems, some of the white core Designer Series paper. We're also using the 3/4 inch circle punch. This is something Stampin' Up! Used to sell. They don't sell it anymore, but I do have it in my online store, which is in the description of this video. It's not included in the class, but you will need it to complete the cards as I've designed them. And then some mini dimensionals and some window sheets. You can't see there's window sheets there, but there is. So to get the class kit, that includes half a pack of the paper, half a pack of this paper, half a pack of window sheets, a sheet of dimensionals, a package of these gems. A package of these gems is $48, and then you can add the stamp set for $29.50. So again, link in the description of the video. I still have some of my Wanted to Say classes left that are pretty cool. So link in the description. Zany Zoo, I think I've got 2 or 3 of these left. My PDF library, I did do some updating to that here a couple weeks ago, so there's a lot more PDF tutorials there. I'm also going to add a bunch of my retired merchandise that I got from cleaning out my room next door here to me, where I've had like 5 or 6 years of product that is retired that I need to get out of here. So I'm going to be adding that stuff to my store also, and that is barbstamps.com/shop. Okay, adhesive kits, I always sell those. They come in these cute little rainbow pouches. You get lots of different adhesives and all that kind of good stuff. And then we have our cards. I do sell packages of cards, so there we go with that. Links in the description. And finally, Stamp Happy Academy. There's a lot of you gals that are members of Stamp Happy Academy on this live with us tonight. And Stamp Happy Academy is amazing. I did my live last week, Saturday. When did I do it? I did it Monday. I guess it was this week. And of course, Kelly's going to be live next week, and then Dina will be live at the end. So, yeah, Stamp Happy Academy, you guys. Check it out. It's amazing. Okay. So I think I'm going to start with my Just My Type class kit. And Polly is telling us Stamp Happy Academy is amazing. Tammy's telling us. Bonnie's telling us. It's amazing, you guys. You got to check it out. So we're going to use the Just My Type stamp set. And I have a few stamps ready to go here. I do need a foam mat since we are dealing with a photopolymer, and the stamp, at least the typewriter, is very bold. Let me get my pieces and parts out here. So we are going to be using Coastal Cabana. So I have a Coastal Cabana card base, 5.5 by 8.5. A Coastal Cabana layer that's 4 by 5 1/4. A little piece of white. Whoops, that's a scrap. Little piece of white that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/2. And that's going to layer on a piece of gorgeous grape that's 2 3/8 by 2 5/8. And then I have a piece of designer series paper. This is the Coastal Cabana, and I cannot remember. This is a 3 by 3 3/4. And let's see, Pat is asking if we now have scoring blades. Yes, Pat, they are in the online store. They're online exclusives, and we do have the scoring blades now. All right, I have a layer for the inside. I've already done this. So I stamped the cute little thank you stamps from the set. 3 little flowers. I colored them in with the light melon mambo for the centers, and then the dark pool party for the petals, because that's, look at that, that's perfect match for Coastal Cabana. So that's awesome. Okay, I also did the envelopes. And so I thought this was kind of cute. There's a little envelope stamp in the set, and so I did add those to the corner of my envelope, and then I did color those with the same colors. All right, and then I have 2 pieces of paper here. I have a strip of Melon Mambo. This is one of the designer series papers that you're going to get in the kit. So I have a little strip of that. It's a 1/2 inch. And then I also have a 1/2 inch strip of Gorgeous Grape. And we're going to adhere these 2 things together. And then we're going to add them to the inside of the card. So they're both the same size. So we're going to stagger them just slightly. So I'm going to have a little bit of the Gorgeous Grape showing. Oops, that did not work out so good. Now, did it? Okay. And then we'll add some adhesive down here. And then we'll add this. And of course, this is too long, but I'm going to trim it. So your pieces would need to be a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 to fit on our layer here. And there we go. And then we're just going to snip off the excess. So easy to snip off excess. So hard to add paper if you cut it too short. Okay. So there we go with that. That's going to be on the inside. So on the little white piece here, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. So I got my little white piece here, and I also have a scrap. So on my scrap, I am going to be stamping my typewriter. Now this is a really bold image, so I'm going to use a piece of Scotch tape to kind of get any like dust that may be floating around my stamp room here. So that way I can get a nice bold image. And then I'm going to ink this up with, we're going to turn that over because it's a scrap, and paper has 2 sides, right? So, all right, so we are going to get this typewriter nice and inky. All right, I hope that's really inky, and we're going to stamp that on this because we're going to cut this out. So that's why we're just using a scrap. Looks good. Okay, so but before I cut it out, I am going to do some coloring on it. So I have the dark pool party. This is a Gorgeous Grape Stampin' Right marker. And then I have the light melon mambo. And so for this little piece, this is the actual piece that's going to go on to the card. I need my little piece of paper stamp, and I am going to use my tape again here. Okay, and then I'm going to ink that up again. I'm just using Memento black. Make sure it's inky. And then I'm going to stamp it up here at the top, try to center it. There we go. That's not centered. We're going to do that over. That was terrible. I'm actually going to try that again. Jeez Louise. Okay, I need to be a little more careful. I need to be able to see through my camera. That would be super helpful. That is not straight again. You know what? We're going to go with it because it just is what it is. Okay, so I am going to now color in the keys of the typewriter. And so I'm going to do, you know, every third one is going to be Melon Mambo. Whoops, I almost did the wrong one there. And then this. Oh, I did the wrong. Oh. All right. I need to like do it and not talk. I'm redoing this because that's That's going to bug me. All right, so we're going to bring this in again, and we're going to re-stamp it. Okay. There we go. So I guess while that's kind of drying, I have some more scraps here. Or whoops, this isn't really a scrap. So I also have the word hi that's in the set. So I'm going to ink that up in the black also. And I'm going to stamp that right here in the corner of my paper. And then you can see I've already stamped and started coloring a couple of the flowers. I'm going to do one more. There we go. And now I think we are done with the black. And so I'm going to do one more flower here and do the petals. This is again the light Melon Mambo. And then I think I might have to be super quiet when I go back to do the typewriter, because clearly that's a problem for me to talk and color at the same time. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Start 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Start there. 1, 2, 3. We'll start here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, and I guess I'll do this one up here too. Good Lord. Why was that so hard? And then do the dark pool parties. So it's before the pink. Okay, and we'll do this little guy up here. I think, did I get all those? Is that right? I feel like I missed one. I missed this one here. Oh my gosh, I missed this one too. Wow, come on. And then I don't have a blend in the Gorgeous Grape, so we're just going to use the brush tip on the Stampin' Write marker. Because I tried using like a Highland Heather or Fresh Freesia, but it's not the right color. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. I got one more over there I got to finish. Let's after purple this. Boy, that was difficult. It shouldn't have been that hard. So now I'm going to cut this out, and I'm actually going to go right next to the machine. I'm not going to leave any white on the edge here. How did I think I went around this little guy here, come down into the, what is this thing called? The carrier? It's been a long time since I actually typed on an actual typewriter. Or carriage? Maybe it's called the carriage? I don't remember. I remember in, I took a class called Secretarial when I was in, I think I was a sophomore in high school. And we had to learn how to do shorthand. Do you guys remember that? Polly says it's the carriage. Thank you. Do you guys remember shorthand? I literally think I remember, and I'm going to actually come right below the keys here. So I'm cutting a lot of this off, but I need to because it needs to be a little shorter. Okay. Anyway, shorthand. The only thing I remember is today. Today. That's all I remember. And there was something like, was this like every one or something like that? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, shorthand. Okay. So now I've got a 3/4 inch circle punch here. And I'm going to punch out these little flowers. This little circle punch also punches out the heart. And it also punches out the word hello. So we're definitely using that in the class. All right. So I am going to add some of these gorgeous grape gems to the center of these flowers. Oh, a lot of you guys are remembering the shorthand. Yeah, we had to learn shorthand when I was a sophomore in high school. And you know what? I'm assuming that a lot of secretaries used shorthand. I never, not that I was ever a secretary because I wasn't, but um, yeah, I never, ever, ever used shorthand in my life after I learned it in high school. So that was just kind of funny. I just remembered that. It was not easy. It was not easy. I remember that. I remember it not being easy. Okay, so I have mini dimensionals here because you guys are going to get some mini dimensionals in your kit. And so we're going to attach these little flowers with some mini dimensionals. Tammy said her mom was a secretary and did use shorthand. Okay, isn't that crazy? Could you imagine like our children needing to know how to do shorthand? That's just funny. Okay, so now I used the mini dimensionals on the back of the typewriter also. And then we're going to add this. So that's why I had to cut it a little bit shorter, because it needed to be a little shorter at the bottom so that it would work. Okay, so there's our typewriter. We have our other two little goodies there. I have some ribbon. Look at this ribbon, you guys. Does anybody remember this? This is something I found while cleaning my other room. I am telling you, the stuff that I found is amazing. So this is some Melon Mambo. This is a gorgeous ribbon that Stampin' Up! Used to sell. They don't sell this style anymore. I wish they would bring it back. It was absolutely one of my most favorite styles of ribbon that they had. And they had it in a ton of colors. They had it in white. They had it in black. They had it in Bermuda Bay. They had it in pumpkin pie. They had it in Pacific Point. They had it in basic gray. I mean, it was just literally in every color of the rainbow. It was my favorite. So anyways, so you're going to get snippets of ribbons in your kit that I have found that go really well with this class. And this is one of them. So you're going to actually already get them tied. So they'll be professionally tied. Yeah, that's really funny. In a loop, you're just going to need to snip the loop right in half and then put your knot right in the center of your designer series paper layer and then wrap your ends to the back. So you're going to get, yeah, it probably was in olive green. It's just such a nice ribbon. I really wish they'd bring it back. It's so pretty and it's shiny. Yeah. Well, you guys are still talking about shorthand. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was terrible. I was terrible at it. Absolutely terrible. So I'm really glad that I never had to do that for a job, because I would have gotten fired. Okay. So now we're going to add our, oh yeah, kids can't read cursive either. My son cannot. It's funny. My daughter learned how to write cursive, and then he came along 2 years later and they quit teaching it. Okay, so we have that. So now we're going to add these pieces to our layer of Coastal Cabana. So I'm going to add the designer series paper here. I'm going to add that right up here in the corner. So I'm trying to leave, you know, about 1/8 of an inch on the two sides. There we go. And then now we're going to just add this little guy just right here, right next to that. Oh my goodness, look what happened. I need to let go. All right. And then we're going to add this in this bottom corner and using the same, leaving the same amount of space there. Okay, there we go. A lot of you guys still have this ribbon. Yeah, it was my fave. So anyways, you're going to get pre-tied knots in your kit because you make 2 of every card. So you'll make 2 of this card and 2 of all the other cards. And then you'll get ribbon. I also found some really cool Poppy Parade ribbon that you're also going to get. So yeah. Okay. And I'm going to add that. And I'm going to add this. So we have a couple more little flowers. And then we're going to add our inside piece. Yeah, super cute. I just love Brights. The Brights collection is my favorite. I am a definite Brights gal. Okay. So there it is. And what did I do with the envelope? Here it is. And ta-da! So much fun, you guys. And it was a great little conversation we had about all of the shorthand and all that good stuff and typing tests. Oh, I was terrible at typing too. I could never type. I still can't. Well, I mean, I can. I can type without looking at my hand, but I still feel like I have to cheat. I don't know why. And I remember our typing teacher, oh, he was so mean. He would come around, and if he caught you looking, he would like out you to the entire class, and he'd put a box over your hands so that you couldn't see anymore. So he was very mean. Okay. Yes, Kathleen says she'll be on the lookout for my stuff that I'm going to have on sale. Yeah, I'm going to have some fun stuff, some old stuff that is fantastic. Okay, moving on to our next card. It's going to use the truck bundle. I just threw some stamps on the floor. So here is the trucking along. Oh, that is not the punch. Hello. Here's the trucking along. Patricia, it's not really that. I'm just going to start adding things to my store, barbstamps.com/shop, as I get them ready to go. So they'll, I'm hoping to get started on that this weekend, and I'll just keep adding things as I'm adding things. And there you go. So hopefully this weekend we'll start it out, and then, yeah, just keep checking back because it's a manual process. I have to enter every single thing by hand and type up the description and put the photo in and all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit of a time-consuming process, but you'll be able to just, go in and shop and add whatever you want to your cart. The shipping is already going to be included in everything. So, and then I'll ship your stuff out. So there you go. Okay. Oh, Bonnie is so sweet. Or Beverly is so sweet. Bonnie and Beverly both asked you guys to give me a thumbs up. So if you wouldn't mind, that'd be awesome because the YouTube likes that. That's part of their algorithm, whatever that means. Thumbs ups and shares and comments, all that kind of stuff. The YouTube really does like that. So trucking along bundle. We are going to be using one of the patterns in the, is this called Let's Go Fishing? Yeah, Let's Go Fishing designer series paper. There's a lot of really cute patterns in here that I really think could go great with this truck. Even though we are using the neutrals designer series paper for the class. So this card is not part of the class. This is just a card that I came up with today that I wanted to share with you guys. So we're going to be using this pattern here, actually. So let me get that out of my bucket, along with some other stuff. Okay, so I've got a crumb cake card base that's 5.5 by 8.5. I have the piece of designer series paper, and I can't remember, what does it measure? It is 3.25 by 4.5. And then I have a layer of pecan pie that's going to go behind this. This is going to be 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. Okay, so you've got that. Then I've got some very vanilla cardstock. And I need my foam mat again. And so I'm going to share like kind of a little trick with you guys that I just kind of discovered myself today when working with this fantastic set. Because I wanted to have the truck like 3D, like popped up on my card, but I wanted to have some things behind the truck also. So this is how I went about doing that. So I started out, there's a lot of fun little pieces and parts in here. So what we have is, of course, the two-tone truck, and I'm going to do that so you'll see how I do it. We have the wheels. We have a tree, so you have the detail and the bold. Detailed and bold cloud. Detailed and bold little bunch of sunflowers. Detail and bold tree. Detail and bold fence. Some grass for the tree. Some road for the truck. This looks like just some flower pots with some flowers, some presents, and a palm tree. Look at that with that fun surfboard. And then a bunch of little sentiments. So there's a lot of things in this set, which is really fun. So I wanted to do a kind of a fall card. I thought just because it's hot now, I'm wanting fall to be here. So I'm going to use the sunflower pieces. So I've got the little sunflower piece here, and I am going to stamp that right here on a scrap of Very Vanilla. Okay. And I also need another scrap. So that goes over there. So I'm going to stamp my truck also. So I'm going to do the outline of the truck in black. So we'll get that. So we'll stamp the truck right here. And then I thought that copper clay would be a really good color for the truck. And I am going to use a piece of Scotch tape because, again, photopolymer stamps can be kind of sticky. And so we're going to just get the sticky off, get the dust off. You know what I need to do? Hold on. I need to stamp this off on a scrap piece of paper. I need to fix my pad. My pad is a bit on the juicy side, so I'm going to take a plastic spoon and kind of press some of the ink down back into that. Okay, now I'm going to ink up my truck, and that's much better. All right, so then when I come down over the truck, there are some little like white lines. So what I tried to do was I tried to look at the top of the truck and then the front and the back of it. So that's kind of what I'm trying to use to line it up. The top of the cab and the front and the back. And hopefully this will work. Yay. So wow, that's dang near perfect. Look at that. So that's how I lined things up for the truck. And then you have the wheels. And here are my little wheels. And I'm going to use black for that. So we'll ink up the wheels. And this was a little bit more of a crapshoot because the ink is black. And so I tried to figure out where the centers of the wheels were. That's kind of what I'm using to line this up. And it may or may not be perfect. We shall see. It was earlier for me. Oh my gosh, that's pretty dang close too. So that's pretty close. Pretty happy about that. So now I can crop it out. Wait a minute, though. What do I want to do? How do I want to do this? Oh, yes. Okay. I'm also going to stamp the, what do you call these again? The sunflowers in the back of the truck. So I'm actually going to bring a piece of scratch paper right up to the truck bed there, and then I'm going to stamp my image. Okay. There it is. So then we need some crushed curry because we need to put the flowers into those little sunflowers there. So we'll ink that up. Everything in this set is just so stinking cute. Okay, and again, I'm looking at the middle of the sunflowers for this. I think. Is that the right? Yeah, I was doing it the right way. Okay, I just barely started playing with this, so bear with me here. Oh my, is that going to be good? That's pretty good. And I also have to get this too, this little guy here. Okay, so there. And then I've got a garden green Stampin' Right marker. So I am just going to get the leaves and the stems on both of these. So the one that's in the truck and the one that's out of the truck. You're probably wondering, why are you doing this? I'm going to show you here very quickly. Okay, so I am now going to punch out the truck. And you're going to say, oh my gosh, you're going to ruin the flowers. I know, but that's okay. So let me line this up. There we go. And so here is the truck. And yes, I did ruin the flowers. But I am now going to punch out the circle. So I am going to take a tiny bit of adhesive on the back of my truck. And see what I'm going to do here? I am going to lay the truck over the flowers. press that into place. And now I can use my circle punch to come in here. And we're going to punch this out. But be aware that you need to remove the truck. So I'm holding the piece of paper with my one finger while I'm getting rid of the truck. And then I'm going to crop that out. So this may be too much work for you guys. You might not want to go to all this trouble. And I totally get it if you don't want to. But it just looks kind of cool as the truck's going to be up above a little bit, that it totally looks like the flowers are in there. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to make a little pencil line right underneath my tires so that I can add my little piece of ground. There's like a long strip piece here that to me kind of looks like the road. And so I've got some crumb cake here, and I'm just going to stamp my crumb cake and make a road. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to put my tree in the background. So I've got the two pieces of the tree somewhere. Seriously, where's the tree? Oh, here it is. So here is the tree. I'm going to stamp this in black, but I don't need the whole trunk because the trunk's going to make the tree too long. So I'm just going to get the top of the tree here. And again, bring my truck back in, except that I've now lost it. Did anybody see where my truck went? I need to clean up my mess because I've got too much stuff, too many stamp pads open here. And now I've lost my truck. Sad face. Seriously, why does this always happen? Why does stuff get lost? Did anybody see where it went? Like where? Oh, it's literally right here. I'm just begging you people, and it's right there. Okay. So now I'm going to do the tree. So again, I'm going to put this back on. I'm just going to kind of lay it there so I can kind of decide where do I want the tree to be. And I want the tree to be kind of like that, but off the circle. So I'm going to keep laying this around until I'm ready. And I'm going to stamp my tree. Okay, and then we're going to stamp the inside of the tree in some garden green. Or not the inside, you know, like the bold part. A little bit of garden green. And again, it's not too hard to see through all these images. I feel like they're pretty easy to see through. So it's not too hard to line stuff up. Now we can add the truck. Okay. So I'm going to add the truck with some bits of dimensionals here, and then probably a mini, except now I can't find the minis, so I'll just rip off a bit and do that. So now I can add my truck. After I color my trunk. So there. And you know what? I decided to add the pecan pie in these little white areas of the tree. Why? I don't know. I just did. Okay. So this is a long time to do all this, but it looks so good after you're done. So again, you're just lining up the truck, the back of it with the goodies that are in the trunk in the box. There we go. It's so cute. Okay, what else do I need to stamp on here? I think that's, I need to color in the wheels. So I'm going to take my light smoky slate and do the inside of the wheels, like, you know, the hubcaps or whatever, and then the very back bumper and the very front. Okay, so stinking cute. Okay. So now I need to move all this stuff out of the way because, again, it's a disaster here with all these ink pads open and all these stamps in the way. Something's going to go wrong. Let me check my hands. Do I have ink on them? I don't think so. Okay, so now we're going to do everything else. All right, so we're going to add our designer series paper to our layer of pecan pie. My glue is clogged a little bit. So we've got that. Okay. Then I have some pecan pie ribbon. So we're going to cut a length of it. We're going to wrap it around and cut it. And then we're going to tie a little knot with some gold twine. So that comes out of the Simply Elegant trim. Here's another tip for you guys. What I want to do is I want my ribbon to go around my card like this, and I want to tie it over here on the end. Okay, well, that's kind of hard to do when it's around the paper, so don't have it around the paper. Take it, tie it off of the paper, because that way you can kind of manipulate how tight this is, how your ribbon folds and bends underneath of the knot and all that good stuff. Because I have a specific way that I like it to look. And without having that paper in there, I don't have to worry about it being too tight or too loose. So now all I have to do is I'm just going to cut this back loop. And I'm going to stick this where I want it to be. Okay, and then guess what? I'm going to tape it because that's what I do. So we're going to tape this down. We're going to wrap this other end around. And we're going to tape it to the back also. And look at that. It looks like we're professionals and we know what we're doing. And we did a fantastic job of layering. And then we can just snip off the ends of that, the ends of this, and it's done, and it's fantastically simple. Okay, so now we're going to add some dimensionals because we've got ribbon back here, so there's a little bit of bulk. So we're going to add some dimensionals to kind of take away the bulk. We're not going to put the dimensionals on the ribbon, of course, because then that would just add more bulk, and we don't want to add more. We're just trying to have a little bit. Polly says if she can just remember to use them. I hear you. And I somehow tore something off of that didn't allow that to work. Okay, so now we're going to center this. There we go. And now we're going to add the truck. So cute. Oh my gosh. I was just so happy with how this turned out. And I am seriously loving copper clay as the color of the truck. Oh, I think I know what's happening here. Copper clay is a really good color for this truck. All right. About like so. And then the inside. So on the inside, I also wanted to add a strip of the Designer Series paper. So I've kind of got some of this done already. So what I did was I laid my strip. It's a 1/2-inch strip. I'm a big fan of 1/2-inch strips. And then I made some little tiny pencil marks, and I stamped my little image kind of going across there. So I'm going to just finish that, and we'll finish coloring it. We'll add our Designer Series paper, and then it'll be done. And I need something behind here. There we go. And we need our crushed curry back. Okay, so we can get our little sunflowers here. This one is a tiny bit tricky. You need to get kind of close, at least I do, and my eyes are terrible. So I have better luck if I'm not doing it when I'm live, if that makes any sense. It's a lot easier for me when I'm not live. Oh goodness, I just am making a mess. Okay, so let's now add the garden green leaves and stems, and hopefully no one will be able to tell that I kind of jacked this up with the crushed curry because I can't see. And now I have crushed curry ink on my table. Okay, so now let's add this little strip here. Hopefully, I think I went a little high on the side there, but again, you know what? I'm just going to hope that whoever I give this to doesn't care that I didn't do it perfect. Because it's so cute, right? So hopefully they'll just think, oh my gosh, this card is so cute. We don't care that Barb jacked it up a little bit. All right, so then all we have now is a little tiny sentiment that's in the set. This is, no, it's not in the set. This is in the timeless something or other. Oh, timeless arrangements. It says, "You make me smile." And I thought about putting it on the front somewhere with like a banner, but I just didn't want to do that. So I'm actually just going to stick it on the inside. So I'm going to stamp it in the pecan pie. And we'll just try to get that in the middle. Sometimes that's hard. There. Isn't that so cute? Oh, you know what else I need to do? I have some little gems. These are actually what we're going to be using in the class. And they're not like gems, so you could totally give this to a guy. Because they're just sort of like manly gems. I feel like. So a guy wouldn't be going, "Oh, why are you giving me this bling?" You're saying, "I'm not. I just gave you some manly dots that are manly colored." Okay. There it is. And now I'm going to clean up this mess a little so that I can get my kit box out and we can see what that's all about. Wow, what a mess. Isn't that just adorable? Yay! That turned out better than I could have expected, honestly. Okay. Get that out of the way. All this stuff. Okay. All right, so again, here is a kit. This is the Blossom Wishes. Oh my gosh, somebody said I was a genius. Gwen, thank you so much. I struggle with tying bows and ribbons and knots and all that kind of stuff, so I'm always trying to find easier ways to do that kind of thing. So you're welcome. All right, so this is the, what did I say it was? Blossom Wishes kit. It's in the online store. And we're just gonna, here's the directions. So let's just take a, whoops, I just about cut a hole right through all the directions. Okay. So here's the directions. Here's a piece of cardboard that I'll use in a future mailing. All right, so we have all kinds of oh my gosh, these are even better than I could have imagined. Can you guys see the shine? Holy cow. That is awesome. Oh yeah, this, I'm a huge fan of this. Just these pieces right here, I'm a huge fan of. These feel like they must be like orchid or starry sky or something like that. That's my guess. Holy cow. Wow. I was not prepared for the awesomeness that was those. I was not prepared. Okay. We get some glue dots. What else do we have here? We have some, phrases. Obviously, these are other languages. So I am going to cut these apart because I only speak English. I'm assuming these all say "you matter," but in a different language. So, and again, look at the border on that. It's very shiny. Oh my gosh, that's just fantastic. Okay. What else? Oh my gosh, look at these tiny little vellum flowers with little yellow middles. Oh my gosh, can you guys see the little yellow middle on that? I'm gonna try to get this thing to focus. So stinking cute. Okay, what else? The fruit, very nicely colored, the fruit. No bling on the fruit. Ooh, here's some more words, and a lot of these are in a different language. So looks like happy birthday, 2 happy birthdays, and the rest of these must be obviously happy birthday in other languages. Oh my gosh, Kathleen just gave me a tip. Thank you, Kathleen. You're such a sweetheart. I appreciate that. And then there's these half pieces. Not sure what these are gonna, well, obviously they're for this card here, so there we go. Oh wow, these are quite a bit longer than I thought. Look at that. How big is this going to be when it is closed? I'm just curious. Ooh, definitely. Oh, this is like a business size envelope. Okay. I get it. That's fun. Ooh, and then these are a little bit shorter. So there's 2 sizes of cards, which I probably should have known if I'd looked at the packaging, but I hadn't yet. So there's 2 sizes of cards. You can see the envelopes here. Very cool. What are these? Yes, slimline, very fun. And then there's these. Oh, obviously that goes right here on the long card. Okay. the dimensionals. And then we have, oh, this is the card base. Okay, I get it here. Card base for the really long card. And then a card base for the shorter card. And they both are the same. Can you guys see? I don't know if my camera's going to pick that up. But they are embossed with like a chevron image. Is that coming? Oh, maybe like that. You can sort of see the chevron. Very cool. Okay, so let's make these cards. They are probably very simple. They look very simple. All right, so we have some directions here. All right, so this is basically saying get one of these, okay, and get a short card. Okay, and we need a You Matter. Got that. And we need a stem piece. Okay. We need some of those little flowers. So we need 2 small. So there's one. I feel like you're going to have extra flowers in here. That's cool. Okay. These are really cute. 2, 3. They punch out pretty easily. And then the pears. Okay. And we'll punch out some pears. Okay. So, and then, oh, look at that. It's telling me I need some dimensionals and some glue dots. Is that seriously what that is saying? Yeah, dimensionals. Oh, because they're in the kit. Okay, yeah, duh. Okay. So, I guess, now that we know what we need, we can look at the front again. And yeah, oh my gosh, that's going to be so simple. Okay, so I'm guessing that we can use some glue dots here. These are actually kind of fun, and maybe you're supposed to use dimensionals. I don't know. I'm going to go glue dot because that's just how I roll. And I like to use my take your pick tool to get them off the sheet. I feel like that works pretty quickly, pretty easily. And then I think I'm going to pop up my pears and my other thing. That's my plan. Okay. So now we just need to get these cover pieces off. I don't know, is there a better way to do that? Does it work with a fingernail? Oh yeah, that works just fine. Get those off. Okay. Dang, I bet you could put all these cards together in like a half an hour. That's my kind of making cards. Okay, so I'm just kind of lining this up. That is the opening, isn't it? Yes. Okay. There we go. And I'm keeping this out here. So then the pears are going to go like right there. So we will add some dimensionals here. 1, 2, I think 3 is probably plenty. I got one stuck on my finger though, so I guess we're going to move this one. And add a 4th. Okay. So we will add the pears. I am a huge fan of the sparkle on this. That's just amazing. All right, so about, I think about like this, right? And then the You Matter. So what I'm going to do for the You Matter is I'm going to stick a glue dot up in this corner because that's going to rest on the pears, and then I'm going to put a dimensional right here in the opposite corner, and that way it'll be the same height as the pears. Okay, so something, and they have it, oh, they go over just a tiny bit over the pink half moon thing. Okay, and then what did I do with my, well, it must be right here, this thing here. Okay, so oh, I see what we've got. Okay. So I'm going to add some, I think, glue dots, right? Do I need some glue dots? Because I don't want it to be too high. Oh, I feel like I didn't do this exactly like they did, but I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I can do whatever I want. Okay, so I'm going to add a dimensional to this piece here. So that's going to be, and I'm going to add a dimensional to this guy here. Okay. And then the rest of these are going to get glue dots. I need my take your pick tool back. Okay. So we'll just add dots on everything else. And I should actually, you know what? I'm going to try to, there's like a little skinny edge here of this dimensional. I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to add that to my stem because my stem needs to be popped up just a tiny bit. Yes. Oh, Mary says it shows in the directions where to place everything. I just got a little ahead of myself because, of course, I think I know everything because, gosh, I've been stamping for 20 years. So I'm going to pull those directions back out because now that intrigues me. Okay, so we're going to set this on like so. Where do those directions go? So is that the case? Oh my gosh, it totally does. Look at that. Oh, I did it backwards. I was supposed to put dimensionals on this half moon piece because the dimensionals are actually look like dimensionals. See, if I'd have just continued looking at the directions, Mary, thank you. And then you put little glue dots right there. Okay, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. And then, and then glue dots on the back of the flowers. And then you throw it all together. Okay. I feel like we're still going to be okay, and everything is going to look like it's supposed to. I just didn't do it the way that Stampin' Up! Recommended. But of course, you know, when it's your card, you can do what you want. I love that about stamping, and even about these kits. It's kind of like they give you a jumping off point, but then you can take the pieces and parts and do what you want. Okay, yeah, that... And this take your pick tool is helping me a lot place these glue dots. Okay, so again, where do they go? So a big one about right there. And a little one. This is a really, really cute card. I am really, really liking this. Like, really liking it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I mean, I knew I was going to like the color because I like this color, but I really like this. Look how fun that is. Oh my gosh. Yay. And then you have this cute little envelope, and that is done. All right. Let's go to the big one now. Okay, so here's our envelope. I guess we could open the directions again, and we need a card base. And we need a thing with 3 circles. We need 2 sets of apples. Okay. We need a happy birthday. So let's pull this happy birthday out. Oh, come on. Get off there. All right, a happy birthday. And then some of these. We need this one and this one. That's all. Okay, so now we're going to try to do what the directions say to do. Do I need any little flowers? So for this one, oh, I do. I need 8. Okay, I'm going to get those in a second here. I'm going to start doing all of this. Okay, so the back of this has dimensionals. Okay, I can do that's easy. One there, one there, one there, one there. And then here, 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 and here. Okay, what about the apples? Apples definitely need dimensionals on the back also. Wow, this is really cool. So if you actually had a person or a friend or a family member that had no idea about stamping, I'm just amazed. Not that I didn't know the kits were cool, but this is just way cooler than I thought. I had no idea that they even showed you where to put the glue. That's pretty dang cool, I think. Okay, so now we have these little guys, and we're going to bring the take your pick tool. So they've just got a couple of glue dots here. So let's see. Wait a minute, this piece right there. And do I even have the right piece? Is this the right piece? I mean, I feel like it was. I think it is. Okay. And that, and here. Okay. And then, of course, the little tiny flowers we'll get here in a minute after we get all this. Okay, so what's the next? Does it have more directions? No. So I'm guessing that I need to put this behind the thing and have it come through. Is that right? That's not the right one. I feel like I've got the wrong pieces here. I did. I needed this. Good grief. This is the right one. Okay, and I actually feel like I might need a glue dot right here to sort of stick it through here and then have it stick. Oh, I see. You'd pull the dimensional off and then it would stick on that. Okay, I get it. Nice. All right, so then did I bring the right one for this? Oh, I did. Okay, so then this is going to come out like this. Aha, and again, it's going to... Why can I not get that dimensional backing off? Good grief. And then that is going to stick on that. Okay, sure. Now we can stick this down. So we've got those. But yeah, I think I was saying that even somebody who's never stamped before, I think could figure this out. Plus they have a video. You know, you can always send the link to the video too. So I think the person could watch the video and then figure it out. Okay, so we're going to try to get this centered. There we go. And now we can get the apples. Oh, you know what? I forgot to take the glue backings off. I think it doesn't matter. Okay, and then this one is going to go up here. I don't think you actually have to put the glue dots on that. I think it's fine. And you know what? I don't know if I'm going to stick the flowers on or not. I feel like my husband's upstairs and we need to eat, but we'll see. That, we'll put a couple. Dang, they tell you to get like 8 flowers off there, so it's a good thing they give you a lot. All right, where does that one go? Like right there. So you can just take a bunch of flowers out and add your little goodies here. Yeah, this foiling on these is just amazing. And I don't want to follow their directions of where they put all the flowers. I'm just going to kind of throw them where I want because that's how I roll. I kind of feel like I want a flower on this happy birthday, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I am going to follow what they're doing. Who knows? Okay. Oops. Get. There we go. All right. Well, I think you guys get it, how this would work with all these goodies. Oh my gosh, that's really fun. I'm happy about that. Where's my other one? All right. So I'm not going to actually finish all the flowers, but you kind of get the gist. And I have this on crooked. Can I pick that up slightly and move it? I'm not going to. I'm going to send this to my aunt and she won't even notice. Okay, so there's the kit. Super cute kit. So glad I got it. Then we also made this super cute trucking along card. Don't forget that I have my trucking along class link in the description. And I also have my Just My Type class link in the description. So I hope you guys enjoyed these. I should be back next week, barring any unforeseen circumstances. And I hope you guys have a great week, great weekend, and I will see you again very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.